Good evening, and welcome to the Kobold Cafe. It's Thursday night, and we are not playing Star Wars. Tonight is the inaugural episode of our new GURPS 4th edition game, Little Ages. Joining us tonight, in a random order around the table, we have Everoth.
Hello, I am Ephrath, and today I am not playing a Gnilf. I am playing Gnome Dombrail, a very smart scientist.
And we have Tara.
I'm Tara, and I play Twig. You'll get to know her during the game.
And we have Logic.
Hi, I'm Logic. I play Sven, a Pathfinder for the island.
And we have Tom.
I'm Tom. I play Tommy the Nerd Bambino.
And last but not least, we have James.
Hey, I'm James, and I am playing Leaf Hooper.
All right, I am Colin, and I am the GM, and I suppose we should start with a little bit of backstory.
You're not doing show. Don't doing show but tell. Okay, I see how.
I gotta do the backstory a little bit because I kind of want to just jump right into it. And we will just sit here for a moment as this giant
that's
map.
why I couldn't do anything. I'm trying to pull things out of my token thing, and it's
Yep,
like, it
no,
doesn't
it's
want
that
to.
gigantic map. Okay, so this is Island 61, meaning it is the 61st island from the inlet of the river. It is on a random river somewhere in between Louisiana and Texas. And sometime in the recent past, Dr. Matheson shrank a bunch of people. He was a mad scientist. He was doing it for reasons. Nobody knows why. But he shrank a bunch of people, and he let them free on this island. Dr. Matheson died about a year ago, and since then, things for the little people that left on the island went from being pretty bad to being absolutely horrendous. Yeah, I think that's probably enough of that. So we will we'll take a quick little tour around the island, I guess. So first off, we have this rock, which is where Nomo and Tommy live. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And how do you guys spend your days?
I mostly do like fishing and gathering and that kind of stuff, and then I occasionally, defend the gnome from while he's doing his mad science stuff.
Every time he comes back, it's a new shenanigan. He has like he's always working on something, and it's almost always using like the shells, pecans and acorns and everything. So that always lures a lot of squirrels into their den. So he would come back and he would be like, "Tommy, my boy, behold, I have," and he just opens a little bit of a tiny curtain made out of a piece of clothing, and then it's just like two pieces of copper coil and a D9 battery with some acorn and pecan made stuff and crafted, and he's like, "Behold the egg, the peconator," and he just shocks a little piece of corn and then it turns into popcorn. Success! Then a squirrel just comes in, takes the popcorn and runs away, breaking the equipment. Damn you, squirrel! This happens like every day with a new invention.
All right. So speaking of squirrels, in on the other side of this tiny little, I mean, we'll call it a forest because when you're 2 inches tall, it is effectively a forest. But in the real world, it would be a thicket. But on the other end is a series of tree houses in which Leaf's people live. So, Leaf, why don't you tell me about your day?
I mean, I think Leaf pretty much lives outside the village. He spends most of his day and night, mostly night. He spends his days sleeping in a squirrel hole where it's nice and dark
With a squirrel?
with his squirrel. And at night he spends a lot of time, foraging and hunting and getting supplies, and then, occasionally he heads back to town for a while, and he, donates most of what he's got, resupplies, and heads out.
All right.
I think each time too he tends to make a wider and wider like circle. He explores. He finds new places.
Speaking of exploring, Logic, your character is also on this area of the island right now. How do you usually spend your days?
If he's not just appearing in the town, he'd probably be helping people in that town. And when not, he's probably exploring, mapping the areas he's already been. From his memory. From what he's remembers seeing.
Okay. How long have you been traveling and doing the mapping thing?
Probably about 10 years of his life.
Oh, damn. Okay. And what is your area knowledge skill? Hopefully pretty high.
Not high yet. I was gonna have to get that up.
Yes. Okay.
Things to keep in mind for future.
And Tara. Tara is constantly surrounded by 5 spiders? No, 10 spiders.
10 spiders.
He's-
We wander and hunt.
Just wander and hunt. Are
And
you nocturnal?
Stay away from the. No, we're both, but so whenever.
Okay.
Probably nocturnal more often than not, just because the people who want to murder me tend to be out during the day.
Oh yeah. Have you seen them before, or do you not know that they exist?
Oh, I assume they've been a constant thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I also have a feeling that they were probably the ones that killed my mums or any other family, because or whoever had the gene.
Okay. So yeah, the hook comes in the form of a high-pitched whistle. And I think everybody really knows what it is, though not everybody is really in a place to do anything about it when it happens. So it used to happen maybe once a week, but since Dr. Matheson died and his lab was burned down, I guess you assume that he died because, nobody's seen him and his lab was burned down. Anyway, instead of happening weekly, it does not happen with any sort of regularity, but overall it happens more and more. It's been happening more and more frequently. So what happens when these whistles go off is there is a series of pneumatic tubes under the island. These are the same things that you used to do when you go through a drive-thru at the bank, where the cylinder would come through and you'd shove all the shit in it and you'd sit in there and it goes, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Does anybody not
Yes.
know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. So, pneumatic tubes. They have not been mapped because, generally speaking, when you're 2 inches tall, you don't want to go exploring a system of high-speed tubes. When like a little gust of air could knock you flying. So there's at least a handful of outlets, probably more, spread around the island. But when the whistle goes off, it means that the system has been like powered up and something is coming through them. It used to be, sometimes it would be food and clothing and equipment that is little people sized. But more and more frequently, it's changed from being anything helpful to being people in sort of these high-tech pods that really nobody knows what to do with. And the people, when they wake up, are usually completely like they have no idea what's going on. They have no idea that they're small. They don't know where they are. Yes. You all hear that whistle coming from different directions. It is somewhere kind of here on the map, so approximately equidistant from all of you. But while it's most likely a person, generally when you hear that, you go towards it because it could be something really, really good or helpful.
Hope it's something good.
We'll see what it
So
is.
are we all close by, or like where is it?
You are all close to it, but you are not all together. But it's kind of in this like little clearing / field.
Okay.
All right. I want to like start making my way up to like the tops of the trees on the outskirts of that field.
Okay.
Start making my way to it.
What time of day is it?
It is. Was that at 4? Mid-afternoon.
And where does the tube come out? Do I know? Can I roll an area knowledge to know where this one comes out?
Yeah, sure.
I thought I took area knowledge. I did not. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, what's that default to? Is it -4, I think? IQ -4? I'll roll it anyway. I do not make it.
I just want to see if I can. IQ easy. There you go. Yeah, IQ -4 or geography regional.
Yeah, don't got it.
Okay.
So I will listen though for it and try to get a good figure out where that is.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll hearing at a +2. Because it
Actually,
is
you know what?
pretty high pitched. And
Okay. Hearing plus what?
2.
All right. So this is. Oh, super! Make that.
Yeah. Is that a crit?
Not a crit. My
Nope.
hearing's a 16 with this instance, but you don't get a crit unless it's a 5.
Yeah. Okay. Is anybody not going towards the sound of the loot drop?
Great look.
I think we're all going.
Okay. So everybody just roll 1d6.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
I got it. 2. I actually only rolled 2, but Both of them said 2, so.
And my
I got a
size, does not my size, my speed. Does that matter at all, or
Nah.
okay?
Terra and Logic, it looks like you guys come across each other. James, you guys are climbing up a tree. But let's role play Terra and Logic meeting each other, because Logic, you see this kind of creepy looking girl and a whole mess of spiders that are usually not out at this time of the day.
Gives a wave. Bit more on edge with the spiders, but gives a wave.
Stares at you, hand over a hip with something attached to it.
Hi. Nice
Oh, I think-
spiders.
I think that map thing took some of the spiders.
Oh, whoops.
It's okay.
I gave you an infinite
funny.
bag of spiders, so...
I know.
It's terrifying.
Yep.
I don't know if you need to roll a fear check for spiders, though. They are technically monstrous.
That is... Yeah, I guess we'll do it at a positive, because this is a fairly non-threatening posture that they're in. So fear is will. Fright check table.
There's a fright check thing on your sheet.
Should be up here. Fright check 12.
Yeah.
So do it at a
Yeah.
+2, because you're in a spot where like they're not preying upon you. So you just have to roll 3 dice and get a 14 or under.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
That's mine, she'll say as she like starts heading slowly inching towards their, or I guess millimetering towards the where the loot drop's gonna be.
Well, I'm not really one for fighting, so I just came to see what it was.
Are we at the scene, or
No. You are on the way.
all right? Then she's gonna bolt, full dash. There's competition.
He's not competitive. He'll follow along at a increased pace just in case of danger, but he's not bolting at full speed.
Do you have sprinting or running?
Yes.
No, Tara. And she's the one going full speed.
It doesn't. I don't have it, but I'm just probably gonna take an FP hit on it, depending how long I'm running for.
I mean, you don't see him trying to keep up with you.
I mean, there's probably others. Yeah, I'll just. I know what I need to roll for this, but I'm not gonna get it. I have to roll really low for this to be. No, I'm gonna lose an FP if I'm. But yes.
Okay. James, you and what do we name your squirrel?
Ooh. Okay.
Bibbles.
Computer, what's a good name for a squirrel?
I recommend getting to know an animal's personality before.
Okay, thank you, computer. That's enough.
I don't know. Mom was a kind of a nerdy eco-terrorist gal. What about Pegasus from the stories? The flying horse.
Yeah, if you want to name it after an eco-terrorist, you can name it Hayduk.
I don't actually know who Hayduk is, but
Tom, are you the only one that's read the Monkey Wrench Gang?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right.
It was a good
weird
book.
that I haven't read the Monkey Wrench Gang because that seems like something I would have read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've run that section that they run. It's Westwater, right?
Mhm.
I think they start at Westwater and they go all the
Okay.
way. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, to like Cataract Canyon.
Well,
Anyhow,
their plan
alright.
is to sink a bomb or a boat full of explosives right next to the Glen Canyon Dam.
Okay. Anyhow, digesting already. Hayduk works.
Hayduk it is. Okay. So you and Hayduk climb up the tree. Go ahead and roll me a vision-based perception.
And the target's 13.
I'd
Success by
say
7.
You made it. Yeah. Okay. So you find yourself looking down into a we'll call it a compound. At one point, there was a series of little buildings that were built up around this pipe. Most of them are fairly run down and dilapidated. There's even a scaffolding kind of that at some point was built around the outlet pipe, but it is now, fallen down around the pipe. There are a lot of people moving around down there, and you see a lot of archers kind of spread out around. And because it's in the middle of a field, they have pretty good line of sight, but they don't have very good concealment.
Alright. Oh shit, I didn't take observation. Okay. Okay,
It's
so
the first
perception.
session. There will be modifications to everybody's characters after
Okay.
this.
But for now, it
Well,
is
observation is something very different than
perception minus 4. Pretty sure. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Observation, I thought it's like watching people and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I think if you just need
I
to
think
see
that's what he
something.
wants to do.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I want to do. There's a lot of archers down there. I want to not go in crazy stupid.
Perception minus 5 or shadowing minus 5.
Perception. Thank you.
Yep.
So, all right, this is first like an 8. I don't think so.
No. There's a lot of guys down there, though.
There's a lot of guys down there.
All right.
But that's what I'm doing for a while. I'm down there looking at a lot of guys.
Tommy and Nomo. Or is it Nomi?
It's like gnome, literally. It's a pun.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a dwarf that it's named gnome.
Oh, there's a G in it.
Yes.
That's a
He's
reason.
like, "No!"
Okay, yeah, your character sheet doesn't have the G in it. Okay.
Oh.
So, Gnome. Tommy and Gnome, you guys are heading towards it too. What did you guys roll? Sorry.
Rolled a 2.
So perception?
No, just roll me a single D6. You didn't do
Okay.
that.
I did. I rolled a 3.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll roll it again.
No, that's fine.
I got a 5.
Oh, you're not using the roller. That's why your rolls aren't showing up in the chat.
Oh, okay.
You click it a few times.
There we go.
I
Okay.
got a 5.
All right. Well, then I think you guys are going to meet up. Well, you're going to see. Oh God! You see a girl being chased by spiders. She is running away from a flock of a group. What's the collective noun for spiders? Somebody look that up.
I don't know.
Anyway, there is a young girl running away, and there are literally 10 spiders chasing after her.
Oh god.
Clutter. There is a clutter of spiders.
Flutter.
See, you come to watch a role-playing game, and you get education. Clutter of spiders. That is somehow not terrifying enough.
Yeah.
Until you see them coming.
Yes, you see them coming.
No, I mean, until you see them coming.
Oh, yes.
Would I be able to roll biology to, I don't know that I have already prepared a biological repellent?
Oh, I see what you... Is that how Gizmo works?
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
I think you just say you have it, but I don't know if it...
Since it's a tool and it's not specific as to what kind of tool, I'm wondering if I could make this a repellent as a bug tool. Not sure if that's how it works. Or if it has to be like a mechanical or some sort of specific.
Alright, instead of pulling an existing gadget out of his pocket, can use his gizmo to let him build what he needs on the spot, which is really cool. Alright, here we go. A gizmo must be small enough to fit in a pocket. It is either an item you own but did not specifically state you were carrying, an item you probably own and that is keeping with your character concept, but is minor or ignorable enough to not be specified. So, a spare set of handcuffs if you're a policeman, or no, a spare handcuff key, but a wizard might have Eye of Newt. Okay, an inexpensive device, widely available at your tech level. What do you have biology at?
Biology, I have it at 12 plus 2.
And your, do you have chemistry?
I have a chemistry at 13 plus... Yes, plus 2.
Yeah, okay. You can use one of your gizmos to have some sort of an I don't think it's specifically for spiders, but it's for like
Bug repellent?
Yeah.
You can call it?
Yeah. Jesus. Yes, you have bug repellent.
Okay, do I need to make a roll?
I believe build it on the spot. No. No, that's fine. You can have bug repellent.
Okay, I'll just tell Tubby. Alright, my boy, we can save her with my repellent!
Terry, you're muted.
By the way, Colin, I can probably smell things from upwind if any of these guys are.
There are actually a lot of people smells as you're running towards the whistling sound.
Okay, if that's the case, then I will actually take cover. Is there cover around?
You're in a field, so not really.
Rocks, maybe?
There is...
I can't distinguish the difference between the people smells and things like that. I'm not like a dog, but I can smell people.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, damn it.
There we go. There is a old plastic cup. Or maybe it's a flower pot. That's what it is. It's one of those gray flower pots in the middle of the field that you could take
Alright.
cover in.
I do that once I smell the people.
Okay. So you
Do we hear
guys...
scream? Do we hear screams or anything coming out of there?
You do not, but you do see all of the spiders run in after her.
I can't get in there, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in there.
I think it's... Oh, no. Oh! I
You almost had it!
The trick is to hold the right mouse button and then release the left one. Okay. The spiders aren't fitting in there.
Run
The
up and look in
flyers
there.
are huge. I think the spiders are just kind of milling around. She's standing there. What do you do when you see this giant head stick around the corner?
Blow dart.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to do that right off the bat and forgot. Go ahead and give... Oh, wait. So tell me this, because I assume that you're milking poison out of your many spider friends?
I am.
Okay. So they inject a goodly amount at this scale to have their effect. So you do have to prepare the poison. Yeah. So do you want more poison of a lesser quality, or do you want less poison of a higher quality?
Higher quality.
Okay, then go ahead and just give me a straight poisons roll. And the number of successes is the number of doses you are able to distill in a day.
That was
What's your poisons?
poisons. Apparently, I have none.
Okay. Goes bad after a little bit, apparently. But go ahead and give me a unaimed blowgun roll at Tommy's head, which is minus
Base
2.
is -5.
Because
It would be minus.
Minus 3.
minus 3. I keep forgetting that you're scale 2 and not scale 1. Or scale 3.
Yeah, I'm skill 2, not 3.
I miss it, actually.
Okay, so yeah, you stick around your head around the corner. Hey, are you okay? And a blowgun dart just shoop, flies right by you.
It's my lot in life. All right, I guess you're fine. Looks clear.
And I emit the stay on the. Be ready to attack. Not attack yet, but I emit the be ready to attack smell.
They all line up and face in the same direction as the big guy.
Would this be a good moment to narratively declare that I'm hanging on his bag on a basket right next to the sword?
No, this is a little too late in time to declare that, I think.
Yeah.
Plus, you're heavy. He wears pretty heavy armor.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm gonna be around here?
Okay. Also, his legs are long, but he's not fast.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. So you guys probably can keep up with each other pretty well.
Yeah.
He's plodding.
Yeah.
That's a really good word. Okay. And James, I think this is like pretty much right below you. Like you are aware of this hullabaloo.
You know,
And about 3
Watch
seconds
it
later, I realized,
curiously.
remember now, that also there was somebody that was moving fairly quickly behind her. So, logic, you come upon the scene of her inside of a flower pot with all of her spiders sort of squaring up on a giant. This guy's big. He's as big as a squirrel.
Friend, there's no need for violence. Sure, we can all work something out.
Just being chased by spiders. I went, and then she shot at me. I'm not. Rah!
It's probably a little unnerving. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Go ahead and roll that fright check for me too, Tom. Because what to have all of them staring right at you. You're gonna roll 3 dice, and you want to get under your fright check threshold, which is 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do spiders know fear?
Do we have a fright check table up yet?
6.
Yeah, there's one on the GM screen.
Oh.
That's
nice.
Made it underneath, yeah.
That's good. Failing those sometimes sucks.
It can, yeah.
Oh, before we go any further on the fright check, what is your thing on the quirk fright check nonsense?
I didn't know there was
There's-
a position to have on
yeah.
that.
There's one that gives an extra quirk, but it's like kind of right in the pool where it tends to be a fairly common one, and if you do it a lot, you eventually wind up with like a character who's failed a bunch and has like 20 quirks, and they're all weird. So usually what we do is like either re-roll it or add one or subtract one,
Acquire new
Yeah,
mental quirk.
depending on
This is
how
the
we're
only way
feeling.
to acquire more than... Oh, it's 13 exactly, huh?
Yeah,
It happens all the time, though.
yeah, like it's because usually people fail by like one or two because that's the way it works, and then you roll. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll actually let you choose the 12 or the 14, 15, or the 13.
Okay.
If you roll a
Okay.
13, you can go one down or one up.
yeah,
Working.
that works.
Awesome.
All right.
Anyhow, so Colin,
Yes.
I want to start working my way down the branches so that way I'm like at the branch like above them. What kind of tree am I in? Like a pine?
No. There's only a couple pine trees on the island. They're almost entirely deciduous.
Okay.
So go
Would
ahead
we
and
be
just
able to
give me a
hear
straight climbing roll. What was that logic?
I was asking, would we be able to hear this if he does get blown up?
Probably not, because a tree, like
Yeah,
even the
that's
lowest branch, is still going to be effectively
Mhm.
25 or 30 feet up. I mean, it's
Success by 1, and then as well, if you want to add any negatives to that, I am wearing climbing spikes.
no. So success by more. Go ahead and roll
No,
stealth.
those only remove penalties.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Which is still stupid handy.
Yeah. Okay, give me a stealth check, too.
Oh, yeah.
And is Hayduk
that.
following you?
No, I'll like have him keep his distance. Honestly, like I think I was watching those guys, so I think Hayduk is actually just off foraging.
Okay. So what was your,
And stealth is versus 15. I'm probably doing it slowly, so this is going to take me a minute. But success by 4.
Yeah, okay. So you creep down. I mean, everybody can roll vision if they want, but you're going to need a fair success to even notice a 2-inch person on a tree branch way above you.
I have 15 with success by 2, so no.
My vision's pretty good actually, but I don't see.
Yeah, you can't see up.
Also, I rolled my impulsiveness check and failed.
Ah.
So I'm gonna climb to the top of this inside of the thing.
Okay.
So like the top, as in the Spider-Man top,
Mm-hmm.
and get ready if he pokes his head around to lunge right at his face.
Okay.
I made my perception check.
By how much?
She rolled a. By 4.
Looks clear. Okay. So the whistle stops, which means whatever was coming out of the tube has come out of the tube. And I don't know if we want to... Do we want to go into initiative, or do we just want to keep narratively saying what things are happening?
I'm good with keeping it kind of narrative driven for now.
Okay.
The whistle goes off. How far away is the thing? Can I hear it?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
mean, it's...
on this map.
no. It's a 45-second walk ish.
Okay, can I scramble to the end of the tree and go watch the end of that pipe?
Yeah, I mean you can see it a little bit better from here, but it's still not within. It's within like long range on a bow, but it's not. It's not close. Like I think part of the reason why there is a small compound built there is because there's long lines of sight.
Yeah, but I mean, from up in the tree, I'm just looking at like the pipe itself.
Oh yeah, I mean you can even see the pneumatic cartridge when it pops out. You know, they're I don't know, like 6 or 8 inches long, and it just kind of it pops up not at a huge rate of speed. It's more how do I describe this in a way that isn't gross? It just kind of it pushes up until it's level with the top, and then it kind of topples over. So it doesn't go like shooting out of there like a potato cannon.
Okay.
But yeah, and then you see a couple of people go over. There are other people moving through the grass towards that little set of buildings too. Mostly individuals, a couple of small groups.
Oh, it's prime hunting time. Out of the top of the thing, scurry over the top, send. Bail, bail, bail. Go, go, go. Follow me.
Well, that's an interesting person there.
Go ahead and make your animal handling roll. Because this is a very stressful situation for them.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So they're following you.
And I mean, like, I went over the top, like,
Okay.
up here.
So they swarm after you, and you're just running towards the thing?
The thing, keeping a nose and an eye out.
Okay. So
So
everybody
what
that is not
do?
you is just kind of left standing there looking at each other as the clutter of spiders follows the girl towards the loot drop.
Very impatient, that one.
What you doing, boss?
Do.
Don't. Sorry, I guess I gotta approach a little bit and say, I don't think he was being chased.
Yeah, I noticed.
What gave you that idea?
The bunch of spiders chasing.
Shot a blow dart at me.
Are you hurt, Tommy, my boy?
I'm good. William, my boy.
Oh. This group underneath me just started running off and...
Yes.
Well, they're awfully quick to violence. Yeah, I guess when they run off, I'm gonna start like running up the tree and whistling for
Hey, Duke.
Hey Duke.
Alright, which side am I coming in on?
GM side. My side.
Okay.
You,
try to come
you
in
do notice
stealthy.
that there are a lot of archers. But there are also other people, like, kind of walking into the camp. And the archers are calling out to them. And just sort of, bit by bit, people are coming in. But hands are open. What was that roll for?
Stealth.
Oh.
Well, that's a huge ass box.
What's a huge ass box?
This hitbox here, I was trying to get like next to that, but apparently
Oh, that's too
the
bad.
collider is ginormous. God, that's a huge collider.
You know, I didn't give myself a die roller.
Lols.
Yeah, you can get really close without them seeing you. Alright, should have fixed that collider at least a little bit. Alright, yeah, so you managed to creep in pretty close. Although, you do have a clutter of spiders behind you.
I mean, yeah.
They have to
do
make
have
their own
stealth.
stealth check.
Yeah. It's probably best to just roll them as a group.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, even with my +1 for every 2 of them there are, they still make it. So, yeah.
Well, but you would also like what's the approach like? Because it sounded like it was big and wide open.
Yeah, it was open. I think the archers that were supposed to be watching that way are like watching somebody else as they're coming in or something, because she manages to completely escape notice.
Probably me.
Nice.
Yeah, actually that's a good point.
So her creeping up took a while, I'm
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
So
It did.
did I manage to get Hey Duke back?
Oh yeah.
Did he ever come scampering? All right. I basically want to like keep kind of observing at the edge of this, like on the side of this tree,
Okay.
and yeah, I just want to see what the fuck is going on.
All right. Everybody else, as you start walking up, the archer here is like, hold up there. State your intentions.
See what's coming.
Yeah, okay. Just keep that sword sheathed, big guy.
Okay.
See, people are very much nice and cooperative when we're not here to fight for stuff.
Yeah, you guys can place yourselves in the camp anywhere. As you come in, you do see this guy who is he's wearing this sort of like, they're almost like sweat clothes, but they're, you know, like the drawstring is an actual piece of string, so everything is just a little wrong as far as scale goes. But it's the like white cloth that all of the new arrivals coming out of cryo. James, this thing here is the little pod that brought him in, and they pulled him out of it, and he is now in the middle of a ring with this one-eyed guy who's like dancing around him and slapping him in the face in a classic boxer's stance, and this guy's like flinching and, please, I don't know where I am. What's going on? Stop hitting me! Like,
This is violent.
I think this guy with the staff comes over to you and he's like, hey there, I haven't seen you around before. My name is Cross. What's yours?
Fun. I just travel the island a lot. Don't end up in a lot of places that often.
Yeah, well, welcome. We are, well, I guess you'd call us merchants. We've taken up residence here, and when something comes out of the pipes, we determine what it's worth and sell or trade for it. Take, for instance, fresh meat over there. He just popped out of the pipe. I'm sure that's why you're here. We're trying to see what he might be worth. And then you see the boxer guy in there, like put a solid punch into his solar plexus, and he doubles over. He's like, obviously he's not much of a fighter, but
I would say you put him into a unfamiliar situation where he's just woken up, apparently. And expect him to fight at full strength?
It's a good way of testing to see how good of a fighter or a farmhand somebody can make. In his case, and he goes down on all fours as he gets like slugged in the chest. Like, probably not much of a farmhand.
He seems to be taking a thorough beating.
Nah, we're just testing him a little bit. Trust me, Lefty there is holding back.
That's good to know.
Well, can't damage the merchandise, and who knows? The guy could actually be worth something.
Colin, quick question.
Yeah.
Are they all focused on the huge, ginormous, like 20-foot guy?
At least for the time being, yes.
And did I hear these guys say they're gonna sell this dude?
Yes.
All right. I'm
not very happy about that either.
gonna send out, not to happen yet, but to get ready to eat or go for this guy and this guy.
I don't think you can designate individuals by scent.
Archers, then. Can I do archers? Pokey stick, man?
Ones with stingers.
Make an animal handling at -4. Because that is a very specific thought to send to something with an intelligence of 2.
Or derpy spiders.
Well, she's doing that. Can I roll an area knowledge to know that these guys are slavers?
Sure.
I just did it, by the way.
Yeah?
Success.
What's
Fine.
your...
Animal handling
yeah.
is 14.
Oh, great.
No.
Nope. In fact, this place used to be empty. Like, the last time you were in this area, this place was empty.
Okay.
Okay. This guy walks up and he's like, "Hello, Cross." He's like, "Oh, hello, sir." He starts looking pretty nervous. He's like, as you can see, it's another person. No modifications that we can tell externally. He's like, "Excellent. Have you checked to see if he might have some sort of or any sort of mental assets?" He's like, "No. We're letting him wake up a bit first." And of course, in the background, thump, thump, and he falls down again. He's like, I would appreciate it if you could explore the possibility. Cross is like, sure. Hey, Lefty, let's give him some math problems. And Lefty's like, what's 4 times 4? And the guy who's like whimpering, chest heaving as he's kneeling on the floor is like 16. And Lefty's like, very good. And what's 148 times 22? And I don't know what the right answer is, 148 times 22, but the guy spouts off 3256 immediately. And of course, Lefty has no idea. And he's like, boss, is that right? And Cross is like, how the fuck should I know? And the guy starts standing up. He's like, that's right. It's like, cool. Do you know any mechanics stuff? And it's like, I have a master's in mechanical engineering from... He lists a state college from somewhere in Texas. Texas A&M. They have a mechanical engineering program, don't they? Sure.
Mhm.
And I was working on getting a degree in... I don't know, some advanced field. Theoretical physics. Sure, why not? And Lefty's like, oh, wow. And he, like, reaches out his hand to shake this guy. And, of course, when the guy reaches out to shake it, Lefty slaps it to the side and punches him in the chest again. And he goes back down.
Right, fuck these guys. Stealth kill archers. Little minions.
Oh.
All right. So I'm going to roll for 2 different groups of minions. Stealth.
Oh.
Go
Can
ahead.
I do something before the attack?
Yeah.
I wanted to research and scavenge whatever I could from this spot for my research.
And these are the 2 archers to notice that there are spiders sneaking up on them. What stealth did I give your spiders?
14.
Okay, well, the guy in the pipe notices, but not until it's too late. So I think while you are looting, this is going to happen, because there is some good stuff in there, but you actually have to, like...
Dig around. Looting takes at least like a few minutes.
Yeah. There's nothing loose, like you have to pry things apart. But yeah, looking in there, you're like, holy shit, do all the pods have this? Because this is... Like, there's gold wiring in there, and there's little tubes that move some sort of fluid around, and so there's a bunch of metals and things.
Okay, so you can count me out of the combat action, as I am far too busy and fascinating by this mechanism and components to care about anything that's going on.
Well, as quickly
I'll leave
as
it to Tommy
combat
to deal with it.
happens...
I'm guarding you.
Everybody go ahead and give me a perception, vision, base perception. James, I'm going to give you a +2 because you're watching from, like, far back, and so you have a much better angle on this.
So, perception vision. Cool.
Yes.
That's by 4.
Let's just by 3.
Cool.
It's
by
just
3.
success by 2.
You notice the spiders kind of creep away, James, but you don't see any of them until they attack. But when they attack, they're going to lose their stealth because there's no way that these guys aren't going to scream in terror. So, let's go into combat. What is the speed of the spider?
The spider is
6.5.
And so is...
you're looking at the wrong one.
Oh, was I?
8.5.
8.5?
Yeah, you're looking at Winnie?
No, that's Hayduke. Hayduke, no.
Yeah, the Speeders have base move of 8.5. Or basic speed of 8.5. Their base move is 8.
Crap. And I think it's actually...
Love how you didn't change any of the like defining features of the Speiders, so they all got brown curly hair, long violet eyes, freckled
Yeah.
skin, and they're all right-handed.
Yeah.
Like I said, eventually I'm just going to put them on a card like I have the other NPCs.
Oh, it tickles me so much.
All right. Well, they get the sneak attack. So, 5 spiders all jumping and attacking the guy at the same time, I guess?
I
Or is it
mean,
a swarm?
technically it'd be 5 different attacks, but that sounds arduous as hell. So, I mean, it's up to
I
you
would
how
do
you
it
wanna do
ROF style.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Perfect.
Just give them an ROF of 5, because there's 5 of them.
Well, recoil of 5, but yes.
Yeah. And they're
Well,
not...
yeah, ROF 5, recoil. Do you want to say
1.
recoil 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That
and
sounds fair.
Can't defend against this. So that's 8.
Their brawling is 14, so
So-
I think they hit all of them.
Yeah, that is all of them hitting. Spider damage. Spider
Fangs
damage.
is 1d1 impaling. If that's, I assume they were biting, right?
Yeah.
1d1 imp standard.
So 20. That's not actually right. Oh,
No,
and these
yeah.
dice are going to disappear
What's-
in a second.
Oh,
Fuck. I'm going to have to remember not to let the dice disappear. I will modify these after. Okay, so we'll just go one at a time. DR on the bandit, well, is just 2 and just on the chest. So maybe I should do hit locations first.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
All right, is somebody
Here,
looking at that chart?
Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on all our sheets, so
Oh, right.
Yeah, just
just
throw a note card out here so I can... Okay, so... Oh, that was stupid. Alright, so hit location number 1 is 9,
Torso.
hit location number 2 is 8.
right arm.
Right arm and torso, yeah.
Actually, roll 2 damages. Do location and damage.
Uh, 6 and 2.
Okay, so 4 to the torso, which becomes 8 to the torso. And then 2 to the right arm.
Oh!
Oh, man. That guy just got bit in the skull.
Oh no, that's a crit for the attack. This is the hit location.
You actually want to
Oh.
back that up first?
No, I already rolled the attack. I don't know what I was thinking. So there's a skull
Yeah, I was gonna say.
for 3, 4.
Skull for 4. 12 to the skull.
Jesus.
Which-
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he's dead too.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure that one at least, like, knocked him unconscious unless he's a badass.
I mean, I think next round they're probably gonna just drag his ass down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, probably, like, retreat, but I can't command them to do that. They're probably, I'm just guessing. That's what spiders do.
All right, so here's the other attack. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
that's-
14. That is
that's
also
everything, yeah.
all 5 of them. So hit location 10 for 4. I think that's 2, which becomes 4.
Yep.
Whoops. Just the top one. So 1. So 2 damage to the 7. No, 11. That's also torso. Oh, that one doesn't get through DR.
11's groin.
Oh,
That's
is
groin.
it? Dang it,
11's
sucked in.
groin.
Alright, so then that's 2 damage to the groin.
Ouch.
5, 6 damage to the 14.
Left leg.
And that becomes impaling doubles, right? Or is that just the torso?
I don't remember on legs. Do you remember, James?
Legs impaling is just ×1.
Okay.
And also, there is a cap out of half HP on lip.
But if it's one blow, it cripples the limb.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this guy does too.
So maybe they don't get a chance to scream. It's 1 second. They didn't see that shit coming.
They didn't see it coming, but I think the pain of being bit by a spider... At the very least, I think this guy who didn't get a high damage hit to the skull screams as he goes down under spiders. So, yeah.
My mic was off.
Oh,
I mean, it's their turn again.
It is the
But
spider's
they
turn
probably
again.
they probably just dragged them down.
yeah, I think, like, as bestial as they are, they take him
Instincts take over.
into the hole, because there's, like, a seal down there. Like, there's not air constantly flying out of here. And then, yeah,
That's
it makes
probably
sense that
the
these guys would pull that body down.
So everyone just heard and then fucking gone.
Okay. After the spiders, Tommy.
Tommy.
I'm drawing my sword, but staying where I am. I'm staying where I am, but I'm like, I just heard screams, right?
Yeah, you just heard screams, and you might have seen a spider pulling a guy into the pipe.
Then yeah, I'm drawing my sword, but staying here protecting my boss.
Okay. Hey, Duke.
Resets his turn until after mine.
Okay, Leaf.
We are going to jump, and how far are we away?
I don't know, 20 feet? Within gliding range.
Okay, yeah. I want to start making the descent, and the goal is for Hayduke to land on the boxer.
The boxer specifically.
The boxer specifically. And
Okay.
I will start aiming my bow at Battle Axe here.
Can you aim while mounted? You don't lose your aim?
You can aim whatever
As
you want.
long as you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, if he
Like,
if he ducks behind something, you lose it. But if he's just out in the open there,
Yeah. So
All right. Aerobatics.
I think that's just a riding from me, and then
Aerobatics at 13 for him.
flying for him.
Aerobatics.
Okay.
Oh no. He's
you
definitely...
gave that squirrel catfall, right?
You know what I should have done? Given the squirrel
just go
catfall.
Because that's the squirrel. Because squirrels are even better at catfalls than cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it's not like a critical failure. It's just not going to
I'm pretty sure it's
get where you
within
want it
like
to.
a stability rating.
How fast do they go? I guess it's going to glide at the same speed that it moves, right?
I think it's technically falling. What's its flying speed? Because you gave it flying, gliding.
Where is flying speed?
Where is flying speed?
I'm not seeing it, so I'm looking up flying.
I think
real
flying is, if I remember correctly, it's base speed times 2, but that's just off the top of my head.
quick. I'm almost there.
Oh god, I'm almost there.
Stay on target. Almost there. Stay on target. Oh wait, Star Wars was last time. Never mind.
Basic speed times 2.
Missed in the air, triumph, terror remembered.
All right, basic speed times 2. So its basic speed was. Oh, it's gonna be right here.
6.5. Or base move. Yeah. So 12.
Yeah, so it's gonna go a foot a second. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so it's gonna take like we'll say 10 seconds to get there though.
Okay.
All right. After Hayduk, Leaf, Sven.
Yeah. Movement is, I'm assuming 1 hex per move.
No, it's your move speed.
Oof, that's 4
Your
right
basic
now.
move is 4. Oh, because you're
Oh, because light. Yeah.
yeah. So you can move 4 hexes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk towards the big guy, because the big guy looks like he can handle a fight, where I cannot.
Okay. And Twig. Tara.
Oh, sorry. I'm all out defense dodge.
Yeah. Okay. For all those people that don't know you're there.
Someone can spot me, and I am not a fighter as much, especially since I don't have any poison blow darts right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And remember, they might not unless they have combat reflexes. The chances that they'll actually go into full run and gun mode is low.
Yeah, I think they're just walking over to try and figure out what happened. These guys are looking over there.
Then the walk would be like one maneuver because they're if it's a 5, that's their full on run.
Is it?
Yeah, 5 is like you're sprinting full on. You answer your base speed. If you're just kind of like sauntering over there to be like, what the fuck's going on? It's
A couple of them are running because they
a-
think the guy fell into a hole. A couple of them
okay.
are moving.
I'm not
slower.
trying to like step on your feet or anything, but yes, combat reflexes do,
Yeah, that's true.
keep you on your toes. Otherwise, usually takes a few seconds to figure out what the hell's going on.
All right, Gnome.
I guess I'm still just pulling up wires and saying, "Gold wire, this will go well with my Peconator." And that's my turn.
All right, spiders. They are feasting.
Eating, yeah.
Tommy.
I'm just holding my ground, trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
I think everybody else too. Hayduk
Yeah.
moves another 12 inches. Actually,
And
13 now. Yeah.
you saw it. Cool.
Right, Leaf.
I'm just kind of like aiming and flying.
Okay. Sven.
Just gonna keep moving this way.
Stay back here, little man.
Alright, I think anybody can move where they want to go, and we're going to skip ahead like 5 or 6 seconds. If that's okay with everybody?
Would I be
Yep.
done?
No. It's
as
taking more than
soon-
5 seconds to loot the pod.
Then
As
just continue
soon
on.
as my aim moves off, I am going to switch it to
Mr. Knife Guy,
which one's Mr. Knife Guy?
one who's right next to him.
I'm still gonna try and land on him. We got some
I
time.
thought
to
you were landing on
correct.
Boxer.
Yeah, Boxer. Where's the knife guy?
This
Right
one
here.
on the cowboy hat.
Oh.
We can't even. He's a
All I
dot.
see is a little white dot. So
Same.
I will shoot at that guy.
Same. I see a little egg or whatever.
Yep,
Egg
still
there,
like that. Mm,
Yep, nothing fixed. Whatever. I will shoot at him though.
That do anything?
nope.
We got
Give
a
me a
bunch of-
message that said failed to load.
Dropbox.
Yeah, unsupported format, something.
Well, that's weird. Why
It's-
did it load for me and not for... Okay.
Moving on.
Alright,
He's
so
gonna be dead.
I think a couple of...
We have 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in cover over here between all this stuff.
Okay.
I
Alright.
mean, they'd probably be eating him for a while.
Yeah, the smallest ones kind of get shoved out. They're not by nature cooperative animals. In fact, spiders are
At
both
all.
cannibalistic and territorial.
Yep.
So I think the smallest ones, rather than risk being killed, they are leaving. So a couple of these archers are going to shoot at them. The closest one.
Did they have their bows?
Oh, that's true.
Because
Okay,
it takes.
they're gonna
shooting an arrow takes like 3 rounds, I think, total.
2 to reload.
Yeah.
But so you get to shoot every 3 rounds, basically.
I think
Four if you
he's
would like to
actually.
aim.
They probably already had arrows out and are drawing them, so they'll fire on their next turn. So spiders. Well, Tommy, are you doing anything as the spiders come back out?
Nope. Boss is just standing there. I'm gonna keep guarding him.
All right.
I should take duty or something. Not duty, but
All right. So 7. So you're 36. You're effectively 36 yards. James, or 36 hexes away. What's the range on your bow?
240, 295.
Yeah, okay, so anybody here is well within range. You've got, what, 4 or 5 turns aiming at this guy who came into camp to
Yeah, how many more turns till I land?
3?
Alright, yeah, so I've got a +8 for aiming. And how far was he? You said 36?
Mm-hmm.
So the range is...
-8?
-8. Okay, so this is just torso versus a 16.
Speed 2, right?
Yes.
Right, speed. Yes, I'm moving 12?
13.
Yeah.
13.
So that's a -5.
-5. Okay. So first and 11. You know what? I'm actually gonna hold off.
Okay. Sven? Just hanging out?
Yeah, it's gonna stay in cover. No reason to put myself at risk or give people a reason to shoot me.
All right, the guy who was over in this little metalworking area runs over to you. Twig, you're still hiding,
Yeah.
letting your
I
beasties
can't.
do
I
the
will.
dirty work.
I will send out the ones over here to have at the ones who aren't currently chewing.
Okay. Right. So now the bandits are drawing their bows, or at least these two are. I think this one is pulling an arrow out. I guess that guy climbed up there. These guys are like looking like, what is it? What's going on? All right. And you're still just ripping shit out of this pod, Everoth?
I mean, that takes minutes.
Yeah,
upon
yeah.
Minutes.
It's gonna
Yeah,
take a
but
long
he's
time.
gonna ask as he pulls another one of those gold cables. Something happening, Tony, my boy.
Okay.
Spiders.
Spiders are going. Let's roll jumping for them. Tara, I'm using your die roller because it's right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. All right, so
That one fucks out.
one of them, yeah, falls, but the other one does not.
He wasn't doing a jump attack, so I don't think he gets his attack.
No, he was not doing a jump attack. And I think these guys are gonna.
Hopefully, beat up guy is smart enough to bail.
All right, Tommy.
Um,
You just say spiders.
yeah, you're like spiders. He was
Also, I don't know
asking,
if you
yeah.
wanted to, but fright checks.
I think adrenaline's going.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I might start kind of moseying towards this guy to maybe get him out of here.
Oh, the one
Yeah.
on top? You could probably just get him.
hmm
Oh, the guy who's going to get sold into slavery. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna land. I was landing where I was
Actually, yeah,
with
no,
a
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'll kind of stay where I am right now. But
Although you could start moseying, it would be hysterical.
yeah, let me actually roll my impulsiveness.
Do you turn or something when you answer to me?
No, that'd be bad.
No, never mind that.
Oh.
I'm moseying.
What's your?
Or there are.
what's
There's
your
also
ground
Archer
speed?
guy.
What's your speed?
Oh,
Your ground move?
right now it's 4.
Tom,
like,
also,
Mhm.
also there is an arrow guy on top of the place where your boss is.
Oh yeah, but
He's
Okay.
impulsive.
This way, he's like protecting somebody and not attacking
Yeah.
somebody.
hmm
I get it. Okay. Hayduke moves another 13 inches forward. You're going to land in 2 turns. You are 24-ish inches away from this guy. 23-ish inches from that guy. Oh, and it's your
Yeah, I'm
turn.
gonna.
Keep holding off.
Yep, keep holding off.
All right, Sven.
I don't know if this man's aggressive, but he walked up to me.
He is
So,
holding a hammer.
yeah, I'm not taking that risk. I'm gonna just move by
I don't know whatever trouble's going on, but I don't want none.
All right. Twig, still hiding?
I probably actually do it. Tom just did. I'm actually good. Yeah, I'm gonna actually stay hidden, full out dodge.
Okay. Bandits.
But I
Is there a penalty for shooting across or bow at shoot for short range?
Uh, at 1 or close. No, you can't do close, and it's bulk for range 1.
so I think that one right there cannot shoot.
He should be at range 1.
Oh, okay. Oh, because he hasn't made close yet. Yes,
Yeah.
you are right. Never mind.
What did I just roll on Terra's die roller? 6, 7, 8, 9. That's probably gonna hit.
They do get a dodge.
25 is minus 6.
And don't forget to take into account their size modifier difference. It is harder to hit them because they're
So
at a minus
7.
1.
Unless you're wrestling.
Unless you're wrestling.
Yeah, Tom, we
Mhm.
totally didn't think about you need to get a point of wrestling.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got a point left too, but and I still have to
totally.
rearrange some stuff. So yeah, I don't know the rules for wrestling, but I bet it'd be fun with my giant guy.
Oh, close
The rule
guy
is you
hits.
gotta. The rule is you gotta shout "I am El Destructor" before you wrestle.
Yeah.
But again, dodges.
Yep. And they've got pretty good dodge, if I recall correctly.
11. Yep.
9. So they make it.
So, yep.
Okay. And... Alright, this guy is going to move an attack and hatchet the fuck out of the spider that just fell. Beats it by 3. I don't think it gets a dodge because it fell.
It does actually get a dodge. It's just at a minus because of its stance.
Alright, minus what for being on your back?
Lying down, attack defense minus 3.
Thank you. What did I say their dodge was?
11. So I think he hits.
He does hit. For a whopping
I'm surprised you didn't give them DR.
2d plus 1. They have
What's that
carapace.
Oh,
I just
yes.
didn't want to create new items.
Oh, does anyone remember where the hexapod hit location is?
Luckily,
We have a table, right?
I put all
Oh,
of
yeah.
the crazy tables right there. And actually, that's not a hexapod. That's an arachnid. So, area 12 is Groin. The fuck is the groin on a spider? Anyway, cutting damage to the groin. Does that do anything?
Depends. Yeah, its face, I think. Yeah, it would be its patapalps. So its face.
What?
Kinda.
Ace.
It's groin.
Yeah, it's patapalps.
Okay.
In
The
either
more you
case,
learn.
it hits the groin, cutting damage. How much cutting damage?
Yep. There it goes. Okay. 4.
Anything that gets through armor is multiplied by 1.5.
1.5 damage. No, I think you ran down or up?
Down.
Down. Okay, so 1 damage to this one.
Okay.
How much damage you got through?
1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez, they got so much HP. Okay.
Yeah. I may take another pass at those spiders. Spiders go. This one writes. Whoops. This one writes itself. This one attacks. Bum bum bum.
Yeah, they're stronger than I am.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
I think
crit.
that'll hit. We'll back
Wait,
that
no,
up.
Back it up.
that's the squirrel. Never mind.
3 plus 3 is 6.
Nice.
Right.
It's
I guess he's gonna dodge.
Oh, he can't. It's a crit.
Oh. Yeah. 'Twas.
And I don't know I don't remember what that backup is. Soon revocation is.
Yeah, I should get that from Luke.
I'm surprised it's not on the sheet. Play it table. Oh, what'd you roll?
A 6.
6.
Maximum.
The blow does maximum normal damage.
Yeah. So the spider's
7.
damage is okay. 7
To the-
impaling. So 5 gets through, and that's 10. Oh right, I should roll a hit location.
Unless he was just going for the torso.
No, I like the random hit locations better. 12.
The left arm.
Good luck arrowing anymore.
Crippled. And then follow up health check.
He just took 5 damage to the arm.
Yes.
Oh, but poison.
Yes.
Oh, that's not super.
Yeah, okay, he makes it.
Still hurts.
Oh, yeah, no, it absolutely hurts. Okay.
And then I assume these two are just running somewhere.
Yeah.
Tom, you better get that guy out of
And
there.
actually, I think this guy's gonna run since I haven't made him actually do anything.
He was flabbergasted. Now he's like, nope.
No,
Peace.
yeah. Fight or flight's kicking in. All right, Tommy.
All right, keep him going towards the. Boss, I'm getting this guy out of here.
Boss, I'm getting. That's probably what I think you get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about like that, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I think he's taking off. He's leaving entirely.
Yeah.
Right, who goes after Tommy? Hey, Duke. We'll land
So
on
I'm
his
at-
next turn.
And I'm at range 10 at this point. To this guy.
A little bit more because he
Or-
ran 2, 3, 4, 14.
14.
I mean, he is booking it, so I don't know if you want
You're
to
basically over these spiders here.
So, okay. So I'm at an 8.
Here. You are at a... Whoop. Numpad 1.
Oh, right.
Because I got a magic range finder. You are at 30.8 feet. No. Inches.
because the height, but you do get the bonuses from height.
Yes, you do get the height bonuses, which are like 2 for 1, I think. It was crazy, whatever it was.
Where is that? I don't remember what that is.
Ranged attack modifiers. Attacking from a moving vehicle or mount. This is important.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I'm holding off. I'm still at a -3, even with my technique.
It's not actually on there. See, Luke would be able to just spout this off from memory.
No, he's got things.
He's got
And
things.
it's calculated into it's calculated also mostly into the GURPS Roll20 character sheet.
Yeah, don't beat yourself about it.
I mean,
Height difference.
I think you're probably gonna hit at this point, but
Damn it, I don't remember.
Just looking at GURPS, I realized plate is lighter than scale.
Yeah, because plate is literally just plates.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I was like, oh, I should have done that. So I might.
Yeah, there's no like gambesson or any
Yeah,
of the
exactly,
padding
yeah.
as well. It's literally just a plate.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. Damn, yeah, so I might modify some.
I mean, session 1 again.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
After this session, I'm gonna.
Well, honestly,
This
if I'm
weekend.
gonna land next round
Then you'll just
anyway,
wait for that.
I'm just gonna wait for that.
Okay.
Like,
I will know that for next time, because that will not be the last time that it comes up.
yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So that's Hayduke and Leaf. Sven! Oh, right, this guy. He's like, please take me with you, they beat me so bad.
Oh, Brrr. Actually, wait, I need to roll for charitable at this point.
You don't have to roll. You can always choose to
You
fail.
can
Well, I
always
do-
just be charitable.
Yeah, well, he does succeeds to resist it, but he's like, sure, I guess.
Okay.
Of course, my friend.
Twig, still doing your thing?
Yep.
Alright. The bandits. This guy's running. In fact, he's just falling. Scrambling away in terror. This guy and this guy are drawing more arrows. It'll be 2 more turns before they're able to fire. That guy's going to attack. This guy has to start, like, picking his way over, because they took the long way around. And... well, that's everybody. Everybody else is dead.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Dave. She's dead, Dave.
I think Gnome is still picking through the shit.
This is for the guy with the axe attacking the one
Ah.
spider.
It's a miss, I think, right?
What? A 10?
Oh, no.
No. And the spider gets its dodge, however.
Dodge. Which it doesn't do.
Nope. Alright. 1 something axe. 2D plus 1 cut.
Or is it wild or is it at torso?
It's wild. 8 damage to the 13, which on a spider... oh, God. Oh, no, okay, it's legs 3 or 4. I don't know how we're numbering these. Actually, hold on, because he does 6 damage. Or 6 damage gets through. How much is it to cripple a limb?
I think it's half of the
Yeah,
total HP.
Half the hit points.
Which is
Total
exactly
hit
what he
points of
just
the
did.
character. Really?
Yeah, he just had 6 damage to go through. It's Carapace.
Yiters have a 17.
17 hit points? Not a
That's
12?
what you put on here.
That's fucking nuts.
That is...
A lot of hit points.
Basic HP 17.
Oh, because it's health plus strength divided by 2.
Wow, they can lift as much as, like, nearly as much as the squirrel.
Nice.
Yeah, I might have to.
You
redo
might
the
need to
take on
rework these guys.
Yep. All right. When I originally did it, I was thinking of one wolf spider. I will rework these between sessions. Anyway, so it's not 12, it's 17. So no, does not cripple the leg, but he does hack into it pretty good. Boss is fucking off. Yeah. Okay. Who's after the bandits? Gnome, if he does anything.
Well, I was gonna give him the bug repellent, but I'm just gonna continue doing my thing while I tell this guy, "Get off my how you call this pod?
Sure.
Get off my loot pod."
Get off my... It's probably as far as you can get in this turn, but that's okay. The spiders. I'm just gonna abstract anything having to do with spiders and the bandits and focus just on the thing that concerns our main character. One of our main characters, the only one doing a whole lot right now. We'll just worry about this. So, Tommy Hayduke Leaf. Tommy, go ahead.
Okay, just going.
It will take an extra hex of movement to go over that fence. It would have taken 2 for anybody else, but you can just kind of step over it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can go
Yeah,
4,
so I can
right?
get to the fence. Yeah.
You can get to the
Oh,
fence.
for the record, I love your character, honestly.
All right, and then
Please unhand him.
what's the grenade deviation?
By
It's
the
by
center.
failure, and then
Yeah, it's 6, and then pick
scatter
a
dice.
direction to start. So yeah, roll a d6 and pick a direction. I'm gonna go.
Starting at... Oh, I see. To the left. 6.
Left.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right here.
5, 6.
Okay, so he does not land on top of the boxer.
Put right next to him.
You know what? I'm 2 hexes away from him, right?
Right, gotta be the numpad. You are like 6 hexes because of the heights? Well, except actually...
Yeah, that
That's a
squirrel
really
is
thick-
standing up on a way big pedestal.
Yeah, I can't lower
Here,
it.
hold on.
Okay, yeah. 1, 2.
Sorry.
The guy got.
Next time, walk in first.
I'll get you a squirrel.
Yeah, I had that, but it wasn't... By the time we scaled it up, it wasn't nearly as helpful. But anyway,
2?
you're like 2 hexes over and 2 hexes up, we'll say.
So 2.
Yeah. Or you could still have
0.
aim on this guy that's running away.
3. Minus 3. Nah, I got a better chance of hitting this guy. And he's also right next to my squirrel.
Yeah.
So this is verse a 13. Torso.
9.
There's no way he this was from
Yeah,
behind.
and this
There's no way. I
happened
think the
so
most he does
quickly.
is turn into the shot.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. How much damage?
Uh, 8 total damage, armor reduction 2.
Great, so straight through his armor. 8 damage.
Impaling time 2, so
16. God damn it.
16 impaling damage. Nice.
Boxer.
Just like nailed him to the ground.
Yeah.
HP is 12, so he's dead.
And then
Gonna have to skill up all of the bad guys to go up against you guys.
actually no, he could still be alive.
Could he?
Yeah,
For,
absolutely. What's his HP? 12?
Yeah.
He's only at -2.
Okay.
He's not even rolling HT versus a negative, so roll his HD.
Nope.
No?
No.
He's unconscious. He's actually not dead. He is unconscious on the floor.
And bleeding
He's-
from an arrow wound. That's fine.
Yeah.
He is effectively dead. He's been
Combat
taken out of
purposes,
combat.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, shoot. Then there goes the epic fist fight between the giant and the boxer.
I mean, there's still a spider head in that way. It might be good if, Giant picks him up and gets him out of spider.
Oh, can I start being like, get on? Or just say, get on? As I shoot him?
I guess. Alright, so after Hayduke is Sven.
Yeah, just doing nothing, just keeping an eye on the situation right now.
Alright, yeah.
These guys are the only ones here, right? Just like the ones we see. This isn't the bigger. This
Yeah,
is the whole.
This
camp?
is the whole camp.
Oh hell. Okay.
Alright, Twig, you doing anything?
No.
Yeah, okay. The archers are getting their arrows ready. The, Gnome, are you doing anything?
Anything I would have noticed while I've been doing this scavenging?
No, I mean, it's only been 12 seconds. You've unscrewed a panel.
Really? In 12 seconds?
12 seconds is not a lot of time.
Especially to unscrew a panel from a thing like a screw that is as big as your head.
I guess during those 12 seconds, I warned the guy over here that this is not this is an unstable ground to be standing on, as it seems like he's gonna fall at any second.
He's
Especially
tapped
while
ninja
he
on
is
his dad's
working.
side.
I'm not sure if while he's working, he would move the thing and make him unstable.
I mean, if it didn't rock around too much when he climbed up there, I think he's okay.
Oh, okay. That will be all he's doing.
Unless you're trying to deliberately destabilize it.
No. He
Okay.
is way too focused on getting the actual thing and as best as possible to try and do something like that.
Alright, so the spiders and the bandits continue to fight. This guy drags himself away with his arm hanging limply at his side. Actually, those guys can't even shoot now, but that's okay. The spider continues to chase this guy, who is running away frantically. And, this guy is going to roll a fright check because an elephant-sized squirrel just landed next to him.
With a crazy guy on top of it?
That too.
With a cherry on top.
Wow, he actually made it. But I think he's still a little shocked. All right, Tom.
Yeah, since the squirrel seems like nice, I don't know, maybe I'll help the dude onto the squirrel.
Just pick him up and be like, "There you go, little buddy."
And then you'll get like
there you go.
there.
But he doesn't get to pick him up yet.
No, you do
Yeah.
not get to pick him up yet.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm moving you a little farther forward,
boss.
just
Yeah, that's fine.
because of the collider on the
Yeah.
boxing ring.
I assume Mr. Knifey Hatman is out of here at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, with I think one of your spiders chasing after him. I think once the spiders come out of the tube and start dropping on all your melee guys, wow, these have images on the bottom. They fuck up your the bandits pretty well.
Like, hey boss, I like this place.
Oh, right. What about the archers? Is anybody planning on doing anything about the archers?
I mean,
I was going to start shooting at them because they are, in fact, a threat to me.
Yes.
I will, after murder has happened, send out the recall pheromone. Back to base! Back to base!
Did you lock it first?
Not yet. It is locked.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you want to help the guy onto the squirrel, or do you want to shoot arrows at the other archers?
What, you mean James?
Yeah, I mean James. Is your mic up?
I'm going to be aiming towards the other archers, and if they look like they're going to be a problem.
Well, you're going to have to reload first, right?
Yeah, fast draw. Fast draw, so I will be reloaded
Okay.
next turn and ready to shoot.
All right, so then, yes, Tommy, you're helping the guy on?
Yeah.
Uh,
Go, my little friend.
Okay, so he's going to weigh, like, the effective weight of 120 pounds. He's a tiny guy. What's your basic lift?
Let me... basic lift is 68.
All right. One-handed lift is 130 pounds. Yeah. Okay.
200 lift is 520, so... Here you go.
Yeah, okay. You can thwap him. Like, he's basically laying over the back of the squirrel's neck, and he grasps onto this, like, woven harness thing that doesn't loop around the legs or ankles of the squirrel. It just goes around the neck. Although it's stiff in points, so it doesn't choke it so much. James, go ahead and take a shot. Or aim, I guess, because they're actually they're worried about the spiders.
Yeah, I'll aim.
Well, I don't know, like, who are you? Stop! Like, they'll shout,
Yeah.
but like, there's utter chaos going on right now. All right, so you can bound out if you'd like.
Yeah, that's pretty much the goal. Like, I'm gonna go, like...
Let's just end combat. Okay, so
I think at this point, are we just ending everything?
yeah, like, all right, so the spiders know to retreat, right? They go somewhere they know is safe. Go ahead and make animal handling,
Oh, yep.
just to make sure that they don't get drawn in by their natures.
Yep, by 4.
Okay, yeah, you're good. All right, the archers.
Actually, the tube hole is a perfect place. right there. Just drag their little catches up in there and have a feeding frenzy.
Is that what you're doing?
I mean, they can go wherever they want. I gave them the pull back
Okay.
call.
Then yeah, wherever they're going, they're trying to drag their prey with them. Yeah, most of them are probably going into the tube hole, but they're going to go into different places around here. And then, like, as they get shot at by arrows, they will go a little farther. Like those of them that are still visible. All right, James, you're just taking off?
Yeah, I'm just taking off. Like I'm basically that tree I was in. Like I'm going back there.
Okay.
Like up it. And, like on the way, I'll just be like, "Hi, I'm Leaf." Like buggy and energetic and smiles.
I'm Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Tommy.
Mm-hmm. I look at the archers and I'm like, I like this place. My boss wants the pod. Be so kind as to find some other place.
Oh god, did you take an intimidation skill?
I should have. I need to. We're gonna say I got a point, yeah. I'm gonna say.
I think you can take a normal. Is it strength or charisma? No, wait, that's D&D. HD -5.
I mean, it's just whatever default is.
Yeah, what's the default for
Let me.
intimidate?
Will -5 or acting -3?
Okay, so I will only 10, but I might give it a try.
I mean, these guys are freaked the hell out, and
Yeah.
So this might work.
Don't worry,
Hey, made it
there
under-
is no wrong answer.
Okay, so I made it 4 over, I guess. If it's
4.
will -5.
Oh, is your will only 5 or 10?
No, my will's 10. So
Yeah. Okay. Well then.
I mean, any modifiers you want to put in them for a terrifying giant man and scary eating spiders.
The boss ran away.
yeah.
You know what? Whatever. They run.
They lost their morale check.
Yeah. They may regroup
Mhm.
because only half of them are dead.
Yeah. Like, I might be coming back at some point, boss.
What just happened? And I just kind of like pull another cable up. Also, he kind of like sees you come back and he gives you the little bug repellent flex for you from when you need it.
That seemed kind of friendly to me.
Better late than
So-
never.
Yeah.
Well,
better late
yeah,
than-
but-
yeah.
Of course, that's his kind of style. But now you have it on your inventory in case you ever need it.
How much does the pneumatic thing weigh?
Oh god, like the effect, like effectively a ton.
Can
Okay.
he carry him? It?
No.
Or do I need to stay here to loot it completely?
I mean, you might be able to
But on the
drag
drag
it.
plus
it.
side, it's a tube.
Yeah, you could roll it.
Oh, the iron! So much I can do with the iron!
Oh god.
The
what have I
irony of
done?
this.
You
Ah,
could almost carry it on your back. Yeah, you
Sorry, I
can.
forgot to say this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna rig up a rope or something.
You could just roll it.
Buddy, my boy,
Yeah, just roll it home.
Oh,
What
Lord.
we can do with the iron? A toilet, honey! A toilet!
okay.
Looting begins on my
Sure.
end.
Say that again.
Looting begins on my end.
Okay.
Kind of yell to the, I don't know. But I guess some of the guys have left. That I don't know. I have no way to tell these people. I have no way to tell these new friends where I live. But I'm trying anyway, so I wouldn't do it. But well, I should meet you guys.
Wait.
You're
I guess
impulsive.
we call it Acorn
That's true.
Hill.
I'm
Tony.
like,
You can
yeah,
call
I'm
it
like,
whatever you want.
hey, meet us at Acorn at Pecan Hill or whatever.
He can kill it. Yes.
None of you have any idea what Pecan Hill is. Of course.
But I'm like,
I'm
I also like big, kind of.
a guy with a gas mask. I don't know your name. I'm gonna say, because are you still in the camp, Logic?
Yeah, he hasn't left yet.
Yeah, you can come with me. You seem nice.
I mean, I also have this blacksmith now, apparently.
Gas mask. I need someone to carry. You're carrying things for me.
What? Oh, okay then.
Well, you're
Well, my new friend, it looks... I mean, he is charitable. Let me roll and actually see. Let's see if he's gonna be helpful. No. As fun as that is, I might need to get this person to a safer location.
He
Been out
can
in a
carry
while.
things for me too.
As long as you let me help me get out of here before they come back.
Quicker is better. I made my search roll by 7. That'll take like 10 minutes ish for looting purposes.
Yeah. Okay. Are you looting the dead bodies or the, various huts and shit?
Hudson shit.
There is not a lot. We'll call it the equivalent of $60 for those of you watching at home. Money is handled on the island mostly by various lengths of wire of various metals. So, yeah, there's like little coils of wire that equal about $60 and 3 or 4 cheap swords or axes and a shield.
Cool.
And I'm gonna knock some shit over while I'm rolling this thing because I got a bad temper and I don't like slavers.
Yeah, you can rig their camp and just say, "Arrgh."
They're all doing that, and we're on like one of the branches of the tree, and I'm just like, "Hi, Darren."
He's like, please God, what's going on?
Oh, you're small now.
He opens his mouth to say something and then he looks at the squirrel and he looks back. He's like, what did that freaky old man do?
Well, apparently, according to my parents, he made everybody small, and now we're all small. We live in the trees. Like, says the guy wearing a mouse for a helmet
Yeah.
and wear like a loincloth, rides a squirrel.
So you remind me of are you unbeatable squirrel girl?
He's like, I'm an academic. I build particle colliders and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Would this be the perfect time to get a scrounging check and see if I can get a microchip or something that would benefit us to
You've got the
get
whole
us
thing.
back to say?
Get the whole
but
Yeah,
thing,
you
don't
got
worry
the whole
about
thing. You're scrounging back at base, and
don't worry about
James is up in a
scrounging
tree.
it. I'm rolling it, and yeah, you're not there anyway.
I guess he just
You're-
lifts up a tiny...
You're not scrounging it. You're just taking it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I guess this is when he says that he just picks up a tiny chip and he says, "Tony, my boy, behold the first step on making us big again. I'm telling you, I'll do it. I'll get everybody in the island big again."
Okay, boss, I'm pretty big already.
I hate to tell you this, but I was born this way. Madman.
Like, he says particle colliders, and Leaf just gets this really confused look on his face, just head cock and like, particle colliders.
He's like smashing atoms together and shit.
That sounds terrible for the atoms. What did Adam do to you, man?
Yeah. Why
It
would
sounds
you do
perfect
that?
for my experimentation. You should join us, my boy. What is your name?
In a tree, ever.
Yeah,
We're not there.
He's in a tree with
Oh,
James
never
and
mind
the
then.
squirrel.
I'm way away.
Yeah.
I'm also making a lot of noise. You probably can't hear shit. So
Can you get me to someone? He like trails off. He's like, I don't even know. He starts crying.
You broke his mental state.
No. I can understand that you might be going through something. What did Dad say? I don't. Well, look, Darren, I'm your new friend, and that's a good thing for you, because then you might survive out here.
It's like,
But
can that really big guy be my friend, or was he going to hurt me?
well, he seemed to have put you on the squirrel. Actually, talking about that, it looks like our friends have scared all the bad people away. So climb on. We'll go back and say hi.
He like goes to climb on, but he does the thing like with the horse where you rub the neck and slap it a little bit. He does that with the squirrel. Like gingerly at first, but he's like, wow, this is really soft.
Yes.
It's so
Oh my
fuzzy.
God. Have you ever slept wrapped in a squirrel? It is so warm and cozy.
I can honestly say
James?
that I've never slept wrapped in a squirrel.
James, I gotta say, we're either gonna get along splendidly or not at all. There's not gonna be an in between for our characters.
All right.
So are you?
Okay.
But yeah, we'll go back on the tree limb, a ways, and then I'll turn him around and be like, "Hang on, Darren," and then just give him the buck, and here we go.
All right, so you guys hear this high-pitched sound coming from behind you, and as the Doppler effect resolves it into a becoming scream, the squirrel lands in the field kind of near you as you are all sort of heading in the same direction.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh.
there's also a smith who is carrying armloads of like tire-sized spools of wire.
Are we just gonna switch to the world map or something? Because I don't think we're on this map anymore.
That's a fair point. I can do that, or I can throw down like a random ass.
A random ass.
Okay, now you know what I need to do is make.
Do you have an ass?
Let's
Well,
find a
it'd be
donkey.
pretty easy to put a. Yeah, here we go. That's a nice looking. There. Random field that y'all are walking through.
Keyboard.
Oh yeah, right.
Like trying to place my character. Like, oh wait, press and paste the wrong keyboard.
Oh shoot, the squirrel. Oh well. The squirrel is there, but like running around manically in the tall grass.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Squirrel things.
Tommy is rolling one of that giant like pod.
Yeah.
Hop
So-
off the squirrel and be like, "Hi everybody, I'm Leaf. This is Darren. Darren's new here."
Darren will not stop looking at the spiders.
Hi, Darren.
Spiders! Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Hi spiders, aren't you cute? Aren't you cute?
So, Mr.
Chewing on a
Smith,
piece of an arm. Oh, like a side eye. I don't think I'm that tall. How tall are you, James?
Like 6.5.
6. Okay. There we go.
I will endeavor to keep the grid this size, so you shouldn't need to constantly resize your pieces like we were doing in Star Wars.
So, Mr. Smith, unless you have a name you wish us to call you, what kind of craftsman are you? Just a blacksmith, or can you work with other things?
I mean, they...
Darren does particle colliders.
Really? Hey, boss. The guy's a nerd like you.
Really, I'm an auto mechanic, but this is what they set me to work doing, and it turns out that I'm okay at it.
My friend, we're gonna get along so well. And you see that he looks like pretty eccentric and pretty tiny.
Yeah, so. He does a lot of experiments. You do, well, I'm actually talking.
As long as those squirrels keep away from my pea computer.
Now, I would ask you, could you build a house so we can start making settlements more safe? But I don't think that's in your realm of possible.
House? My friend, you should come to Pecan Hills. I have made a whole mountain our home.
Wait,
not
what?
sure you want masonry for that?
To say
Solid.
that you've made your house out of a rock?
Well, yeah, he would have been doing the same hole like in the
Oh, yeah, no.
little rock thing.
You do not
Not
need
sure
to
if
roll
you wanna
masonry
roll
for
for
that.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty proud about it.
Yes, but I don't think we can sustain a village and a mountain, my friend. As good as that would be.
Soon, my friend, I have created the popcornator. As soon as I can get the mushroomnator, we would have enough to feed a community.
Live in a berry bush. There's plenty of food in a berry bush. There's always food in a berry bush.
Until winter, my friend. That's when my problem is solving the issue.
Also, most of the berry bushes are either cleared out by wildlife, like you have to fight birds for them, or there's already somebody who has
A clan or something?
claimed it.
That's fair.
I will, at the point, I will just actually toss like a foot into there and go, good for winter, towards them.
He is gonna question the spider. Is it noticeable that you're lady?
I mean, I'm a 12-year-old girl.
Okay, then he's gonna say, it's good to see your world, Spider Kid. We thought for a second you were being chased.
No chase.
Well, where were you guys going?
Back to the mountains.
Back
Why
to the
don't you
mountains.
come with us? I'll offer you some popcorn.
To the mountains? Ooh, I've never had popcorn. What is popcorn?
That's when you pop the corn!
Perhaps we should be a bit more
Sorry, I
worried
held it
about-
together as long as I could.
I know.
Oh my god.
Perhaps
I'm just glad I'm doing a good job at this.
Oh yes.
You must have a lot of popcorn to feed that big guy.
Mhm.
That is the idea, my friend. Tony's my boy! I cannot let him down.
Hi, Tony. I'm Leaf, and like stick out my hand.
Hi, it's Tommy, actually. And I shake your...
Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Why would you lie to me? little minor guy. So how'd you get so big?
The, doctor guy.
Ah. Well, we should go back to the mountain then.
I would say that's perhaps a good idea, because I doubt they're just a bunch of disorganized bandits at this point, judging by what I was talking to one of
We're
them.
all standing out in a field. Like, rule number 1 of survival: don't stand out in a field. Birds love it.
Then come. I'll invite you home. Should be enough room for everyone, even the little skittering ones.
This guy is certainly a tasty target. We should go.
Are you pointing
Yes.
at the big one or the small one?
Me.
Okay, good.
I don't like birds.
I need to get you like a...
Birds like you.
Yes, they do.
I need to get you like spike armor or something in case the birds hold you so that they get spiked themselves?
Well, I'm working on my stuff after the session, so
So we're in a little cave now.
You are in a little. It's not really like a cave. It's a crevasse between like, it's like a fracture point in the rocks. But there's a I couldn't get, because of the collider. I couldn't make it work. But there's a cast iron pan that's been like hammered into the rocks above you. I wonder who did that, Tommy. So there's a solid metal roof above you. It's kind of like a tunnel straight through the rocks, but barriers on either sides. It's pretty nice.
Hey, Colin, I forgot to mention one thing.
Yeah.
What was left of the people, the spiders? Could they be dragging them?
I think they're a little big for the spiders to drag, and they're not going to act cooperatively. So I think maybe they have pieces.
No, yeah, pieces is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
We have food.
Yes, you have food. All
That's
right.
a nice little cave.
Very homey.
There are a bunch of like half-made contraptions, a shocking amount of nutshells for some reason, and is there any reaction when Hayduk tries to follow you guys into the tunnel?
Auto mechanic?
Oh wait, no, he doesn't. Hayduk,
Yeah.
Hayduk freaks out and like goes somewhere else when you all go into the tunnel. Like you hear it chittering at the end, and then about 5 minutes later you hear it chittering at the other end, and then you don't hear the chittering anymore. Like he went somewhere else.
Gentlemen and Squirrel and Spider Kid, welcome to our home. Behold our humble aposentum.
Perhaps we need to talk about what has happened. Put in a light term, I guess.
Is Steve? Sorry. What was the name of the guy that fell from the sky?
His name is
Darren.
Darren.
Darren. The Darren came with us too.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I'm not sure you
Guys,
wanna put the
before we get
token.
into this conversation, can we take a quick break?
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's switch over to the burb. We will be back in about 5 minutes. You're watching Little Ages in Cobalt Cafe. Mute, damn you. Okay. All right, we are back. We're back in the hole. And as you guys are arguing and munching on what, basketball-sized pieces of popcorn?
Yes.
beach
Lightly
ball.
salted, since I don't think I
Like
could get
beach
butter,
ball.
right?
Yeah, beach ball size. Yeah, how do you even salt something like that? Like if a salt crystal is the size of...
You lick the
A marble?
salt, and then you take
Well,
a bite
no,
of
no, no,
the...
no. Salt is a crystal. So what he does is he just puts the big crystal in like an amble thing, and he just crushes it with a tiny hammer, and he just pours it over the basketball size one. Though he cannot get butter, at least it's salted.
You drop a couple salt crystals into a bucket and you dip the popcorn.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, at the end of one of the tunnels, you hear a, hello there. May I come in? I say hello.
Come
Hi, who are you?
My name's Alan.
The alien.
He notices the spiders, and he's like, "Are they with you?"
Yep.
Alan is a white dot.
Yep, Alan is a white dot.
I'm
we
sorry.
can't see him.
Can nobody see Alan? Tara saw
I
him.
can
Do
last
we
see
time.
Alan.
ever rejoin to see him?
I'm gonna try
It's-
that.
Same.
Actually, I'm gonna be like, give the scent pheromone for hang out. Let them just like chill out on the ceiling and stuff.
I think they naturally
Ooh.
go as far away from each other as possible when you do that, since again they are not naturally social animals.
Yep.
Nope, he's still a dot.
He is still okay. Hold on, I'm just going to come up with a different model for Alan.
Alan, Alan, Alan. Have you all seen that video?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Whenever I hear the name Alan, all I think of is the Velociraptor saying it.
All right, can you see this guy?
Yes,
Yes.
I can see him.
Okay, you also saw this guy as one of the potential buyers that walked up to the tube, the loot drop. He's like,
Hey, you were at the place.
So were you. Although I noticed it took until a group of spiders attacked before you joined us.
I didn't know there was going to be an attack.
Neither did I. I've come to talk about the man that came out of the pod. I think he should come with me.
What do you want with Darren?
Darren is his name. Darren! Darren! Come out, please! Look, Darren is hiding behind Tom's leg, and he sticks his head out. He's like, hi? Look, Darren, my name is Alan. I am here to take you somewhere safe.
And where would that be?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, so you were here to buy Darren, but now you're just gonna be nice to him. I get it.
I didn't know what was going to come out of the tube any more than you guys did. I went because of the possibility that it would be something helpful, and it turns out that it was. I heard Darren here say that he was a mechanical engineer and studying theoretical physics. That is useful to me and the people that I work for.
The
Oh, you must have been really close to us when he said that.
He was like on the other side of the boxing ring. So he
Oh.
was just as close.
Right.
well, I believe it should be up to Darren where he goes.
He's like, that's fine. Darren, may I speak to you privately for a moment? Darren kind of looks up at Tom, I think, for reassurance.
I just... I shrug.
What's your gut say?
I say, I'm like, I don't trust anybody in this place, so...
He's like, no, anything you say, you can say in front of my friend here. He thumps you on the knee. He's like, very well. Darren, how much do you know about your situation? Darren's like, apparently I'm now tiny. He's like, pretty much. The average height seems to be about 2 inches tall. And, the gentleman that did it is dead. And, Darren's like, yeah, is that the creepy old guy, Matheson? It's like, yes, did you meet him? He's like, yeah, he gave a talk at my school. And then he bought me and some other guys some drinks, and then I woke up here. It's like, yeah, and what year was that? And he's like, 2009? Like, well, I have some bad news for you. It's 2020 now, and you've been in some sort of stasis for the last decade or so. Darren, I think, like, slumps down, and he's like, I know this is a bit of a shock, but listen. I am gathering people from around the island to to try and get to the bottom of what happened, and with Matheson's death, try and figure out how to reverse the process. And I think somebody with your skills is vital to that. So what do you say? Do you want to get big again? Go see your family? Darren kind of nods his head meekly. So what do you guys think? Will you let Darren come with me?
I would like to point at his face and say, "Fool! You do not know the basics of quantum physics enough to know how to get us back big. Only I can do it."
Like, I don't know anything about quantum physics at all, but that's not my department. I am one of the ones that wanders the island, trying to find people with the right skill set. It's my boss that is really the driving force behind this.
Could I
we
make
all
a
wanna get-
science, physics check to let him know that I know what I'm talking about?
Make a physics check, but... Oh, there is no charisma skill. They're all based off of IQ, aren't they?
But I have a modifier of +2 if I do science.
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use my fancy science dice. Oh,
And Colin, you actually you roll reaction rolls is what it is.
Yeah,
oh, that was a horrible roll.
that was a horrible roll.
I
What's-
think I fail with a
Oh, yeah.
11, 12, 13. I have a science of
Your
physics
is
of 12 plus 2.
Oh.
Oh, I succeed by
You
1.
succeed by 1. He's like, you like spout off some like article.
What
of
you see is what you're
thermodynamics or
missing is
something.
the basics of the pin particles used in order to reverse us into the tiny space that we are now. Unless you are able to adapt the quantum space continuum that makes us into the bigger person that we were, you're just gonna make people explode.
Did anyone else understand the mumble of words he just said?
He's like,
I just nod and smile.
maybe you should come with me too.
Yeah. Just say, I mean, if we're going somewhere.
Tell me we're taking a vacation.
Oh, wait, hold on. The big guy can't come.
If I go, tell me my boy has to come.
I want to go and see what you're doing.
And besides, what you're asking to be done takes a lot of people, not just science. Or whatever you're talking about. You're gonna need people who can travel the island to gather.
Also, we need equipment. So we're gonna need a lot of trackers and good scouts to spot what we need.
I know the island pretty good.
I think this is the beginning of a very good friendship.
He's like, I just came for that guy.
Well, now you got all of us.
Like, I found the PCs, so,
He's like, okay, fine. I will. I will take you as far as my boss and let him make the final decision. I can't promise that he's going to want all of you to be a part of his project, but we can at least you can at least meet him and make
There we
your
go.
pitch. Fair?
make sure Darren's well taken care of, yeah.
He's like,
Hey, you're not going to hurt my new friend Darren. Look
Yeah,
over
we
at
must
Darren
make
and
Darren will be well.
thump my chest once or twice.
all right. You hear a voice calling from the end of the tunnel. It's like, hello in there. Just to let you know, we're about to light a fire on both sides of the cavern. So if you don't want to die, I suggest you surrender now.
Well, that's
Yes.
just rude.
Well, I guess that's the where he just screams,
My banana jump has failed!
and it's literally just a banana peel.
Like a full-size banana peel. They had to
Yeah.
climb over it.
And
That's
Why?
what he believed would stop them.
and Sven will go by. Why are we lighting a fire outside of the tunnel?
Oh, you stole valuable property from me, and I want it back.
Oh, are you part of the merchants?
Merchants.
Slavers.
Yes.
I'm calling them by their names. not by their jobs.
Can I
Yeah.
go peek through the boards at one of the ends?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 guys, including the boss guy with the staff that was sort of doing the negotiating. There's also, if anybody cares, a long, like 8-inch wide path of flattened grass where you roll the cylinder all the way from the place where it came out, leading right
Yeah,
up
fair
to
enough.
I will draw an arrow. And, like, how big is the slit that I got?
not arrow sized.
Not arrow sized, okay.
Because
Well-
Gnome has carpentry, right?
Carpentry and masonry.
Yeah.
I also assume that there is a smoke hole up top.
Yeah, he's not an idiot.
All right, spiders on me. We start going through the hole.
Okay.
Well, Darren, it appears your friends have come to violently take you back.
We're not as friends.
Yeah. Hey, can you get me up through that hole too?
I look and say, "Nope, I can't lift you, man."
Yeah, but send a rope back down. I can get up a rope.
All right, I'll let one of them know to send a web down after they tether it.
Oh. Okay. The web is very sticky.
Yep, it is.
Oh, right. There's non-sticky spots of the web, right?
Yeah, but like the area between them is shorter than
No.
Millimeter.
like it's gonna collect on you as you pull yourself up, even if you avoid
think of that.
those. So you can, but you're going to be entangled.
I didn't think of that.
But really,
That's
I
the only
didn't
rope
set
I got, man.
this particular combat up, so we will probably save the combat for next time.
Colin, would you like a masonry or carpentry roll to see that he has a exit for them to go away?
Oh,
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, give me masonry.
I am giving you masonry +2 with artificer with my normal dice.
I have another question.
Yeah.
If Tommy Boy were to like hold me up above his head, could I reach my grapple?
Possibly. What
Which
was
would be
the deal on
10
that roll?
inches?
Success by 5.
Yeah, you have an escape hole, and it's even Tommy sized.
Oh, beautiful.
Wait, this way.
Okay, then we don't go through the hole. I guess if they open up a wall.
If you want the spiders to go up, you can go by all means, but there is a big Tommy-sized hole over there conveniently for us.
Does it like go into a tunnel, or does it like just
Yeah,
go
it
out
goes into
to
a
the
tunnel.
outside?
It's like under
And
the
we'll
bed.
follow.
Well,
Okay. I think you see them light a fire as you are walking away, but there's nothing in there that you can't live without.
What happened to the capsule? Is it still outside?
Oh, right, the capsule.
Did I picked everything I needed, like the gold, the chips, everything technological?
You know what?
Is it in my back?
It's been a while, so go ahead and make a scavenging roll.
Scavenging.
You did not take low tech level, right?
No.
Okay, make it a normal level.
Translation?
Translation?
I don't know what that means, is what I mean.
Just roll it normal.
Just roll straight up.
Okay. Yeah, I do not have any talent that can give me a +2. So this is a scrunching 13. I
You did
succeed.
it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you do get I think there are some wires in there, but the most lucrative thing you get is like they're big, but they're microchips. And by
Just what I need.
microchips and big, I mean that they're the size of newspapers. Like they're big compared to you, but they're fairly small. What tech skills do you have? Just gonna take a look here. Give me an electrical engineer roll.
I have a +2. I roll a 10. I succeed by 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Okay, so this is definitely this has the capacity to seal airtight. It looks like it was, there's like a upright mattress thing in it. Like obviously there's a bunch of these somewhere, full of people that are in cryostasis. This one for some reason lost power. Like you can see there's like some scorch marks and things on one of the boards. And it still smells, so obviously it happened recently. So what you surmise is that whatever caused this thing to have an error, when that happened, there's some computer system that noticed it happened and shunted it out of the pneumatic system to, keep it from either killing the occupant or dying.
Yes, seems reasonable. Something like Gnome would do.
All right, so yeah, you have to leave most of it, but you do get some high tech chips, some nice wire and things.
Parts.
I'm sorry,
and guides everybody to safe. No, yeah, he passed. Like you said, he passed the important bits and guides everybody to the exit.
All right.
He has like a tiny candle, magnified by a piece of like a glass from somebody's glasses that he cuts off as if it was a gem and just puts it on one side to just magnify the tiny wax candle on top of his head.
Brace yourselves. Okay, so you sneak out into the gathering darkness onto the island. And I was really just buying time until the island map finished loading.
A lot of...
What's funny is there's a lot of assets, but there's not a large number of assets. Like, I think there's 700 things on there, but there's only, maybe 20 different actual models, like varieties of models. Oh, hey, there's the spiders again. All right, so we're going to go dusk. All right, so night is starting to gather, and you guys are leaving from where it says dumbasses here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's top heavy. The Alan says that the first leg of your journey will be to the gazebo, which is over here. The gazebo is known for being the only place on the island that actually has power. They have an electrical outlet, and
Are we gonna fight a gazebo?
yes, and a tea kettle to generate steam power. And then from there, it's a short walk to somewhere else, and he's pretty cagey about where, in order to get to, where the thing is. Everybody give me survival woodlands.
Is that intelligence or something -5?
Only if you're trained in it.
Perception.
Oh, then I can't.
I made it by 5.
I
Keep saying
made it
island,
by
like
3.
island, but fix that.
Failed by 2.
All right. Well, luckily, 2 of the people here know what they're doing.
Let me forget where the hell I am.
Do you have? Oh, you have Island Beach. Yeah. So it'll be either
Yeah,
swamp for the coast
Mhm.
or woodlands for the interior.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll probably do woodlands then. I just you see like not islands. I just put island.
Yeah, that's fair. You can roll that for now if you want.
Four under.
Yeah, excellent. You guys do not stir up any wildlife on the way. And I think that you camp the first night probably under that tree there.
Or in, depending on.
Or actually, yeah, probably in. Or near, around.
I think James and I, at the very least, are in the tree.
It's certainly safer.
Oh yes.
So the rest
I
of
will
us-
invite Darren into the. Do you want to know what it's like to snuggle a squirrel?
He's like, honestly, until today I would have said no, but I totally want to know what it's like to snuggle a squirrel.
Get on. We'll go find a squirrel hole.
I guess Tony, not sure if sorry, Electric, what was the name of your character?
Then
This Ben and Gnome is gonna stay in the bottom with a tiny little camp and popping up more popcorn with a. I'm not sure if I need to call it a makeshift cast iron pan that Tommy has to hold.
I don't even think you need to do that. You just need to you have like something made out of a paper clip that wraps around a kernel at a time, and then you hold that one kernel over the fire and it goes pop,
Yeah.
and then you hand it to somebody and you cook the next one.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's
thank
more
you.
like roasting marshmallows. Because you gotta
Yeah.
think, like, the unpopped kernel is gonna be like the size of a softball, maybe even a little bigger.
Mhm.
Then yes,
Soccer ball, I
I'm doing
guess.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
thank
right.
you for the idea.
something to note. The gas mask did not stay off long. He probably takes a bite and lowers the gas mask back down quickly.
You have a problem, my friend?
Yeah, I can't do normal air often. It's usually filtered.
Is there a problem with the lungs?
He gives a nod.
Would I need to? Do you know the disease that has you, or would I need to make like a surgery check to know?
That would be
think
a
a-
general practitioner doctor.
Biology,
physician.
actually.
Biology.
Yeah. You have
Is it-
biology?
Yes, I have biology, and I think I have a +2 from scientist. Let me confirm that before I roll. Yes, I have a +2 from scientist, so that puts my roll at 14.
Momo is super smart.
Oh
Have a
my
7.
god.
So I succeed by 7.
Yeah.
So I know it's like pneumonia or something.
Yeah, so you put your ear to his chest and you listen and you like take his pulse and you do all the doctory things. Doctor. I almost said it like a from fucking Wisconsin.
I'm gonna say Boston, but all right.
God help me if I ever start talking like I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
His lungs seem to be functioning properly. From what you surmise, they just don't metabolize oxygen.
Because it's too big, or because it's too small?
Because
probably
he's
he's-
probably genetically engineered to not breathe oxygen.
Remember, most people on this island were modified genetically by Dr. Matheson for different reasons. I don't think anybody knows exactly what his intentions were, but most people on the island, when they woke up, had something that was different about them.
Oh, okay. So I would know at least that he does not actually breathe oxygen. That's why he would not work normally. Would I
Correct.
need to analyze the mask to know what kind of gas is filtering in?
Oh, aren't you clever?
Well, I'm playing my character.
Yeah. Physics?
Physics for a mask?
No.
Or engineer?
Yeah, not mechanical engineer. Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Yeah, give me chemistry.
+2. I have a 10 and I succeed by 5.
Damn. All right. Yeah. It filters out a lot of sort of more exotic particles, and it lowers the amount of oxygen. Hold on just a second. Primarily nitrogen, methane, and hydrogen.
Okay. So what he's gonna tell them after a small inspection of his gear without touching much and just going nodding and just looking around and say,
My boy, it seems that your lungs work well. What you have is a lung system that seems to be working mostly on nitrogen and methane, which is being filtered by your mask.
Interesting.
Nothing we could work once we get back to normal. I believe it might be too risky to do something this tiny without the proper equipment. Of course, I hope you don't feel bad about that.
Well, I don't. I was born this way. I'm used to it.
Sorry,
You
but
guys
that's
don't
good to
say
hear.
praise.
well, he's not aware of it, so he's
no,
gonna say,
you're
well,
fine. I just keep singing Lady Gaga in my head.
Yeah, same.
So he's gonna say,
Well, that's good to hear. Tony and I were shrinked back from our places.
you said it was from 1970s
Uh,
to fit the narrative?
Matheson has been working on this island since the 70s. You can be from any point.
Yeah, to be on my 40s, I'd be kidnapped on my on when? If I would be on my 40s right now.
The mid 80s.
Okay, so he was
No, I'm sorry, the mid 90s.
Okay.
So, I was kidnapped on the 90s, right when I was wishing to get the Nintendo system on that Christmas. What a shame, but don't worry. Once we get back to normal, we can get not only some way to help your lungs, but we could always play Super Mario Brothers.
Kind of tilts his head, like, you're speaking a lot of words I don't understand.
Everything will make sense in
Does that a
time.
lot.
Who is Mario?
It was supposed to be something fun. I don't remember exact details, but in time it might make sense to both of us. It's been so long, so I don't remember much of it too. Some sort of superhero. You know what everybody should achieve for. Helping everyone, saving the princess, stepping on turtles. I don't remember much.
Down there. Darren had a long day. Darren's trying to sleep.
Sounds like I was asleep until you started shouting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Darren.
And Alan's down there is like, does anybody have a spare blanket?
Yeah, I pull one out. I've got gear up the wazoo.
I was like, thanks, I left my pack out on the other side of the
The tunnel, yeah. No,
Yeah.
you can.
That won't lead
Yeah.
them to us, will it?
No. I am very careful when I go out onto the island. I do not,
Carry maps on you?
yeah, of course not.
All right, he is with us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Alan's
down at the
leading you to
bottom.
where he's from.
Mhm.
now since we have time, could I do a cartography to map our path so far?
Absolutely. Give me, just roll cartography.
Gotta be less than 12. Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
I
don't
The
know
adrenaline was going too strong today.
Well, another path I'm gonna have to re-explore at some point.
What do you say was the name of the leader guy that wanted Darren?
Alan.
Alan, sorry. He is gonna make sure to offer Alan some of the popcorn in case he didn't brought any rations.
Yeah, he left his bag back by the guys, so yes,
Yeah.
we need to feed him too.
Yeah, he eats it heartily. He's like, I have never had corn that was popped before.
Wait until I make my water pig pump.
Sorry, I will work on that.
Tara, I think maybe your spiders need to eat, run off into the night. No, they ate well today. What am I talking about?
They ate a lot today.
Do
I'm
all
actually
sleep
even eating
together,
their
or do you
leftovers.
let them go off and do their own thing?
No, they go off and do their own thing.
Okay.
I don't want to force them to sleep together. I will probably snuggle with one of them.
I can't even picture that without my skin crawling. I'm sorry. We'll need to move on past cuddling with a giant spider.
Yeah, that
Oh,
I find
God.
disturbing as
He's
well.
so cute.
No.
Those
Okay.
mandibles are adorable.
Tommy, what's your sleeping situation?
Yeah, I carry. One of the things I took was group gear, so I'm definitely I can make it a little shelter and
Okay.
sleep. Oh, yeah, get everyone.
Does anybody stand watch at night?
No more.
Yeah, we probably should. I'll take first watch, but
Noma will take second.
I mean,
He
I'm probably
will be-
jammed into some crevice somewhere, so I'm good.
I'll take a third
I'll take a
one.
watch.
Noma will be mostly working with his microchip extra before he goes to take his ship. His watch, to figure out what he can do to progress his research. In other words, he's working overnight.
What is he working on?
Figuring what he can do with the chips and the cables and everything to forward his attempt to make everybody bigger. Like just forward by 5%, forward by 10%, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it's like 1%, 0.5%, but
Yeah, that's whatever.
Go ahead and make me then a mechanical engineer check.
That is a 13 with my +2. I succeed by 1.
Okay. Yeah, so you, by playing around with them a little bit, like it's more up to date than the chips you used to play with, but you figured out how to, like, basically with a knife you can carve channels and then pour molten gold in there to make your own, like, circuit boards.
Excellent. He will be working at that until he is his shift, and after his shift, he's going to go to sleep late and tired.
Okay. Who didn't we talk to under the tree? I guess that's everybody, isn't it? Okay.
I don't know what the Smith is doing. Smith is just doing Smith
Oh,
things.
yeah, right. I keep forgetting about him. I don't think he's doing anything. Like,
He's just along for the ride now.
yeah, he at least has been small for a while. Not a long while, actually, but he's been small for a little while. He'll chat with you guys a little bit. So he was an auto mechanic. He actually was in the middle of a prison sentence. And anybody who's talked to people on the island knows that there is a disproportionately massive percentage of people on the island that are convicts. And so he actually volunteered. He did, like, it was fairly minor, like armed robbery or something. And he volunteered for, like, a sentence reduction program that involved him working for Dr. Matheson. and he did do some things like helping to, dig troughs for pipes and foundations and things around the island. But at some point, Matheson knocked him and a couple other guys out, and when he woke up, just kind of like Darren, he had just woken up in some sort of a cryostasis thing, and those guys like worked him up a little bit and figured out that, oh, you used to be an auto mechanic. Well, here, now you're a smith. And so he's been doing that for a few weeks.
Wow. Pretty rough. Wait, you've only been awake for a few weeks?
Yeah.
Huh. You adapted quickly.
It's like, I don't know, I've just lived in that one place, and they had me making armor out of, hunks of metal. It wasn't pretty, but I got the job done. He kind of, his eyes glance over to where the spider has wrapped itself around Twig. It's like, and I thought it did.
Well, spiders and things like that, yeah, they probably don't care about that stuff right now. It's kind of like paper, like everything else. Very dangerous.
He's like visibly nervous about him. Alan's like, okay, everybody get some sleep, and tomorrow we'll have to cross the river and head to the gazebo. And I think that's where we will end it, because my throat is getting very raw. So, somebody hit the button.
Oh.
Nope, okay, took too long. Oh, good, somebody hit the short one. All right, this has been the first episode of Little Ages, 4th edition. What did I call it? A Lilliputian post-apocalyptic game. Joining us tonight in order of, I guess, size, because I'm looking right at Tom. We had Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom. I play Tommy, the creative name. But yeah, I'm the big giant who used to be a mob in enforcer.
And James, because you're tall.
Hey, I'm James. I made some popcorn. Thanks, Ever. And I played Leaf.
Yeah.
Hooper. The I'm sorry. The not maniacal. Manic. Squirrel riding crazy guy.
Yeah. And
Actually found him really nice.
we had Logic.
Hi, I'm Logic. I play Sven, a map maker who is struggling to make a map right now because adrenaline. Damn adrenaline. Making me forget stuff.
We had Tara.
I'm Tara. I played Twig, and she has the most cuddly, bestest of friends.
And last but only least in terms of size, we have Everoth.
Hello, I was Separate. Playing for you today, Gnome. Definitely not a gnome, but definitely a dwarf scientist. Trying to help everybody back to size.
And I am Colin. I was your GM. Together we are several members of the Kobold Cafe. You can catch us online at, we're Kobold Cafe everywhere. Website's The Kobold Cafe, just about everywhere else. Just search for the fucking word Kobold Cafe. You'll find us everywhere. We're on Twitch. We have Patreon. Our intro and outro music is called Nincompoop. It's by Josh Woodward. We get it from his website, joshwoodward.com. We use it under a Creative Commons license. Join us tomorrow night for Upsilon Transcending. It's a gritty supers game, also in GURPS 4th edition. And we'll be back here on next Thursday. Is that it? Did I miss anything?
Also, buy my book. Buy my book.
Also buy Tara's book. It's